How about another round of applause from you guys? I just got back from entertaining the troops. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. They were Girl Scout troops, and I'm not allowed to entertain them anymore. According to the restraining order. So I've been working out a lot lately. My wife noticed. She said, "Why are you working out so much? Are you having an affair?" I said, "No, but I want to be ready." I don't want to be flabby when I meet Mistress Right. Well, Match.com has a slogan. They say, "It's okay to look, not if your wife is standing behind you." Interesting story about my wife. She's a rescue. Yeah. Yeah, I rescued her from Cleveland, Ohio.
Let's go, Cleveland!
It was so sad when I found her, too. She was cold and wet and miserable, living with her parents. All her clothes were made out of polyester. But I moved her down south. She's thriving now. In fact, she's doing so well that I'm considering fostering other women from Ohio. My wife's not so crazy about this idea for some reason. A lot of people, when they move south, they find God. My wife found wine. Sometimes she gets a little carried away with the wine, and she wanders off, which is why I had her microchipped. Oh, by the way, before I forget, I'll be selling CDs after the show tonight. They're 12-month maturity, 1% interest, fully insured by the FDIC. So please see me after the show. Well, all 21 of my doctors think I'm a hypochondriac. I don't agree. I'm getting a 22nd opinion. I have one brother. A doctor once said there's a pretty good chance that eventually one of us would develop Alzheimer's disease. So once a month, I call my brother up. I say, "Hey, Rick, do you know who this is?" Hoping he'll say no. I have one brother, and a doctor once said there's a pretty good chance that eventually one of us would develop Alzheimer's disease. So once... I don't know about you folks. I am sick and tired of illegal immigrants coming into this country and taking jobs away from the illegal immigrants who are already here. Right. Last Saturday, I attended the father-daughter dance. I went stag. Which apparently is frowned upon for some reason. Yeah, the other day I went to the dog park. I'm sitting there, and a woman came up to me and she said, "Which dog is yours?" And I said, "I haven't decided yet." Then I asked her whether her dog was healthy and how much it weighed. And she wouldn't answer me. So I went back to reading my book of Korean recipes. Recently, I attended a fundraiser for the American Mime Association. It was a silent auction. We recognized all the mimes who had died over the previous year by observing a moment of noise. For a while, I was a freelance writer of suicide notes. One thing I learned in that business, always get paid in advance. Recently, I was driving through Amish country, and I look up in my rearview mirror and I see flashing blue lanterns. Yeah, Amish cop. So I pull over. 4 minutes later, he pulls up. He gets out of the police buggy, comes over, tells me I ran a red candle, which is ridiculous. Because I know that candle was yellow. But I didn't want to argue with him because I was riding dirty. Yeah, under the passenger seat, I had some batteries. Luckily, he didn't find him. On my way back, I stopped at this Amish strip club called the Milking Stool. I picked a good night to go. They started off with a dry t-shirt contest. And then this girl came out and did the most amazing pole dance I've ever seen. Or so I thought. Turns out she was just churning some butter. Tell you what, though, I did see plenty of TNA that night. Yeah, toes and ankles. Yeah. So a few years ago, I found out that I have low testosterone. Yeah, so I did the only thing you can do when you find that out. I bought a Toyota Prius. Yeah, go ahead and laugh. Go ahead and laugh. Tell you what, though, this car is a real nerd magnet. Always attracting the attention of nerds. Coming up to me, saying things like, "How many miles per gallon do you get?" Will it seat 5 people comfortably? Will the trunk hold an entire Klingon uniform with a full complement of weapons? Actually, the trunk in the Prius is amazing. You can fit an entire Klingon uniform with all the weapons, and you'll still have room for a comic book collection and a case of Zima. Now, the dashboard has a slot where you can put your inhaler. Also, if I roll down the window to talk to a woman in the car next to me, the Prius senses that I'm doing this, and it rolls the window right back up. Can you believe they don't make a gun rack that fits the Prius? I mean, I like to hunt for bargains. They do make a spice rack, but not a gun rack. Actually, I talked to a guy, he said he could custom make a gun rack that would fit the Prius. The only modification he'd have to make is to remove the tampon dispenser. A friend of mine told me he lost his virginity in a Prius. I had something similar happen to me. After I had the car for 6 months, I actually got my virginity back. And that's it for me, you guys. I'm Bruce Bellile. Thank you. Thank you very much.